Frank really needs to rest. I understand, Frank. I get it. Michelle, maybe I can get you to work just a little longer. Communal 3, and then, I mean, if I make you do a couple more things, I can end you here so that you can go to communal shelter, but I think we're going to make you work all the way up to this. It's probably time to go ahead and get this, since we will get water. No, it's really... This, we need that. That's what we need to get. So we'll get that first, then this, because she's the one building it, so it's going to be a bit before she can get there. And then we'll get this, because we will be ready for that. Finally, I know I'm using this and that a lot. I'm sorry if you're just listening and not watching. All right, so you're going to be working there for a little while. We could give you a beer, but I think you'll be good for 2 turns. Probably. Aubrey. We might send you out scavenging. Let's see how everybody's doing. I mean, Joe could use a little rest, but he's really okay for right. Oh, yeah, I need to plant and stuff. That's what we need to be doing. That's why we moved here in the first place. All right. Frank, shoot. You probably can't. I probably can't get you to do anything. All right, let's see who we can get to get over there. Unfortunately, the clicking on the interface is actually a little delayed. Here, I'll show you. I'll click on the next one. So that's why it's easier to use the keyboard, though. I'll click on the next one. See, that's how long it took. I clicked about 4 times in that time. Okay, I guess Michelle, we're gonna go and cancel all of that, and you're gonna go and use the water collector. I really wish I had some coffee for Frank, because he's gonna refuse to work. But there's nothing I can give him. Like, how about you drink some fuel? I mean, oh, come on, dude. Everybody's working their butts off. All right, whatever. Guess we end the turn again. Normally, I would send someone out scavenging every day, but ever since learning that you can send 3 people out at a time, it's no longer as pressing of an issue. Okay, so all of that's working. The vegetables will be done in 2 phases, and the water will be done in 3 phases. So they did, I guess they did improve the speed at which vegetables grow, but they still nerfed it 3 more times than they buffed it. Okay, Michelle. I'm not sure you'll be able to work the next shift. So what we'll go ahead and do is work on this, and then we're going to let you have a beer. That'll keep you going for a while, right? We can start dismantling now. It shouldn't be necessary this exact moment, because we should have tons of resources. I don't think actually being depressed hurts anything, so we'll just let Frank work for now. Oh, wait, maybe we wait till we get goulash. Alright, let's cancel one of these. Since we gave you a beer, we're gonna cancel that and... Yeah, we'll go goulash first. Dismantling station, then communal area. We still have plenty of weapons, and I really do feel somewhat at ease doing fisticuffs. Yeah, she should be okay for now. Alright, Daphne, what are you going to be up to? Probably not much. Yeah, I guess we send Joe, Penny, and then figure out who the third person is. So let's figure out where Joe goes. I mean, that's perfectly viable right there. The only issue is there's going to be a lot of zombies, and I don't want Joe to get hurt right now. I mean, he'll be fine. Let's go and claim the rest of this stuff here. I forget exactly what's there, but I know that there's a lot of building supplies. Okay, maybe Joe can handle this one. This one should be okay to handle. It's kind of lightweight compared to the high school. But because of the food issues, I'm leery about sending anybody to go get a survivor. All right, we'll go and head to the see here. Survivor, survivor, survivor. No survivor, no survivor. So we pretty much have to get survivors if we want to use our full expeditions. Okay, so that's what we'll do. I'm gonna want maybe a bottle and a silent killing weapon. Beyond that, I don't really need much. I don't think there's a lockpick or anything to worry about, so it's just those. Frank, you're still depressed. Maybe you'll just chill at the community shelter for a bit. Communal area, whatever. Apparently Aubrey's climbing her she's practicing her parkour. I wish your allies gave you bonuses for good morale. So Daphne's still injured. We'll maybe just have her rest. That's fine. If we got room, we'll put her here. It's fine. Okay, Rahul will join us. Let's see here. The character at Mercer High School. I'm trying to remember what she was like. It's not Michelle. We have Michelle. It's not Isabel. Isabel's in the Northwest. Who's at Mercer High School? Let me take a look at my notes. Nobody's at Mercer High School. Okay. I must have... Okay. Apparently my piggies, however, think that I need to desperately feed them. Okay. Okay, piggies. Okay, so what I have are guinea pigs, and I didn't know what any of these animals were, but I'm going to list them off. They're like smaller capybaras or bigger hamsters. They are not, in fact, what I originally thought they were. White albino pigs meant for lab testing. That's what I thought guinea pigs were. Let me think here. It's going to be quite a few bad guys. Maybe I want to send Penny there. Where's Penny going? Okay, we'll send Aubrey to US Route 93, because that's actually kind of fitting. And she can go hands-on, but she doesn't need to use the banjo for that. Oh, that's not Aubrey, it's Rahul. Okay, that's fine. Penny will do Mercer High School. And we're going to want 7 hammer kills, so this is like 1 right here. Did we not use the shovel before? I thought we were going to use. Maybe it was a different shovel. We'll take this plus that. We're going to need 2 axe kills. This is probably 2, maybe 1. I would say 2. 1 to go into red. As always, it doesn't guarantee it's going to go into red. And 2 knife kills. I'm going to guess this is probably worth 2. Any that doesn't fit, we'll just have to go hands-on. And finally, we're going to need a bolt cutter. So those are our assignments. Let's see here. Daphne. Maybe I should have Daphne go to sleep instead. I mean, her morale is not blue, but I would like her health to be a little bit happier than what it currently is. Okay. Then away we go. Good luck, Joe. Don't get hurt anymore. You need to take some days of resting. Okay, the first zombie, that's one of the ones we'll knife. Because there's a zombie that generally walks down the stairs and ends up standing there. I don't see him because I can't see anything. There he is. If it's not walking around upstairs, it's actually patrolling on the stairs. Alright. Let me just take all the stuff we found and bring it over. It's back to exactly where it was. So then we'll have materials. Put these up. Okay, well, I'll lure her away later. Let's go and put these things up. And I guess we'll put it in the usable section for now. There you go. Get a light cavalry saber here. It's a really good find. It's a fun weapon. Try to lure that lady into this room. And I'll just close the door behind her because I can get away with not using a bottle if... Oh, darn it! I guess she saw me. I'm gonna try to get her into that office so I don't have anything to worry about. I'd rather her not be patrolling where my stash is, because that'd be annoying. Alright. I intentionally showed myself to her. Okay. So she's gonna live on the roof now. The reason why I needed this area is I'm gonna try running around and make some noise. Because there's two zombies right here that are covering each other. One is guarding facing to the right, so he's a guard right, and then one is sleeping next to him. And if I throw a bottle, what typically happens is they both camp the door. They just sit at the door. So if I can move around and make them try to find the source of the noise, that actually is more helpful. But I don't want to get sandwiched, so I had to get rid of her first. That did not work. Let's try opening the door and seeing if that helps. Keep thinking that fan is a zombie. Okay, yeah. And that's why we needed her gone. Because if that zombie were to... the bottle were to be thrown and he just ends up camping that spot, then I have to stab him after all to deal with him too. I could go hands-on against this guy since I have the advantage, but since Joe is hurt, we'll let him take it easy for a day. More like not even a day, more like a phase. Okay, that should be clear for exit. We're not done yet. For whatever reason, there's a zombie up here. The only thing I can think of is the game developers thought it was problematic if you were to jump off the roof to the left. She's not guarding anything that I know of. She's guarding a window which leads into the left mechanics bay. But that mechanic bay doesn't lead anywhere on its own. So right above Joe right now is where it leads. And you don't jump on these, though you could try. You don't jump on them. Yeah, there's nothing up there. I don't know which one of these is the car of the person that we're about to talk to, but she says that... How's our inventory? Actually, we need to drop off our stuff. But she says that if we let her join us, she'll tell us where to find her stash. Yeah, he's just patrolling the stairs. He's going to live on the stairs now. As far as I know, he'll never detect you unless you make sounds. Let's just close this for a second. Cavalry Saber. We can put up both bottles for now, because I turned out not to need it. This is a less practical solution than luring him up to the window. Okay. Yeah, for whatever reason, I guess the sound carried better with the door open. Now, even though this is a tiny little jump, if I shift left here and hop over it, that will wake up the zombie on the left, and probably the one on the right, too. I don't want to make too much noise, because we did leave the female zombie out stranded on the roof, and I don't want her bashing down doors and attracting attention. As a reward, we find Vivaldi. Oh yeah, I remember that. So, on live stream, I was saying, "Oh man, the Vivaldis! I hate Vivaldis." And I'm sure nobody knew anything about it. They just knew that I was making a big deal out of it. Not that anybody has made fun of me for it. And then, sure enough, before we even get into the rest of the store, I get mauled by 2 zombies. You creeps learned how ladders work, huh? Hang on, you're different. I don't think I've ever been here in the daytime. Most of the time I seem to be scavenging in places at night. I'll be damned. You're not one of them after all. Sorry for calling you a creep. Didn't expect company. I didn't expect to find someone out here either. So what's your story? I'm gonna assume you ain't here for gas. I'm just looking for supplies. Yeah? Careful now, that's how I ended up stuck here. It ain't about leaving, it's about my gear. Stuck? You could take the ladder back down. I got a lot of useful stuff in my trunk, but I can't get to the damn car. Where is it? Inside. Brought her in only a day before everything went to crap. Could have been long gone if she'd been up and running. I'm sorry. Thanks. No use complaining about it now, though. But... Yes? If you want to help, I can teach you a trick for a sweet talking lock open. You want me to take your stuff? No, I want you to take me with you. That sound fair? Get down there, see if you can get the old girl open. I'll come tag along to your hidey hole once the coast is clear. You are inviting me along, ain't ya? So this is why she's my second favorite recruit. She gives me Gunsmith and Whittler. Yeah, she's basically both Darrow and who's the guy? Sebastian. She's Sebastian and Darrow at the same time. Her only penalty is that she has to eat meat meals. As of the press release and the early access build that I had played, yesterday's build, 2 days ago build by now, she would accept goulash and casserole. We'll see if that continues to persist. But yeah, she's an incredible asset to your team. Happy to have you. Thought so. Thanks. Alright, now I just gotta get down from here. Yeah, and I don't know what car she's talking about, because I've checked all the cars. I can check again, these 2 cars. We are running 1 patch higher than my live stream version. Nothing here. I mean, we already looted it, but we didn't require a lockpick for any of that. And then there's the yellow car up front. But she said that she brought her car in, so... yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Okay, let's figure out what we're bringing home. Alright, this is what we're leaving behind, and this is what we're taking with us. I'd like to bring it over to this yellow car, but we have her camping on the roof now. US Route 93. Let me double check right quick behind us. Make sure that... okay. If you're running around, this vehicle will shake as you run past. We'll go ahead and make it shake once. Ooh, almost got me. Okay. And there's some snack foods inside as well. In order to get it, we're going to have to clear our inventory. Let's hold on to the crowbar just in case. He doesn't know we're here. So once he starts walking around slowly, we can take advantage of that moment. That being said, Rohu can just beat him to death, because I have plenty of, at this point, a hand-to-hand zombie experience. I'm going to try to knock him off the truck. That might be more amusing to me. Oh, I didn't bring a bolt cutter. Oh, that looked like it hurt. It's okay, because I would have had to make 2 trips to clear out this area anyways. Did I seriously not bring a bolt cutter? Jeez, okay. It must have been the other area. Oh yeah, it's the Mercer High School I brought the bolt cutter for, but it's alright. I don't know if jumping off this will hurt you, so we're just gonna crawl off, and there's your bolt cutter right there. And it's not a bad haul for the time you had to put into it. Mercer High School. Yeah, there was someone that showed up in live stream that asked me twice if I had done the Mercer High School. I guess they didn't hear most people saying yes to him. Maybe he wanted like a guide on that place or something. I don't know when I was walking. Sometimes when I'm just talking, I end up walking slowly to the location. I feel like there should be way more than one junk food in it. Right. If you turn around, we fight, and you die. I've never found anything here, but we'll go and search it nonetheless. Maybe they added something. You're a jerk. You know that? Alright, since I'm not live streaming, what I'll also do is try to move all the stuff closer to the entrance. When I was live streaming, I just sort of left things kind of middle of the school and all over the place. But what I can easily do is just edit out me moving things around. This is an ambush zombie. I didn't actually expect the ambush zombie to jump out at me. That must have been a patch thing. Because in the past, I could actually crawl up to the zombie and just keep pushing against the zombie, and he would never attack. And I made no noise since entering the school. Alright, well, now we have nightmares. Let me go ahead and just drop off my stuff. It's gonna be a while before you use the bolt cutter. We'll just put the bolt cutter down here for now. Ran too far. Oh, come on. Yeah, if the zombies didn't respawn, I would completely dedicate myself to killing every zombie in the game. From the groaning, we can obviously tell this is one. I'd like you to stop equipping the shovel, please. Alright, the front of the skull has a bunch of sleeping zombies in the cafeteria. So you really don't want to go out that way. We're just going to take a peek around, search the area, but we're not actually leaving this direction. Looks a lot different today. I don't know what it was, but I get. Oh, it's probably because I'm like sending 3 people at a time. I think I can search that trash can. Let's see if I can make it to it. Right, hold on, let's move something back into here. All right, let me. So I'll have to bring back, or I'll have to come back and get that junk food, but you don't have to worry about it. It'll be moved back to the front entrance of the school or something between storage juggling. Let's drop off what we can. Don't really need the bottles. Let's put that up. I've never figured out the purpose of this. I think it's just decoration. There's nothing to search. None of these zombies are active. Probably just there to, flavor. You don't see anything. And I'd wait till we got into the center of the room to minimize how likely someone else will show up to investigate the sound. She didn't like that. You can tell that she's a little bit aggravated. So we'll check the other side. She's okay. Okay, well, that was not 5 hammer kills. It's my fault for trying to think of what the shovel was off the top of my head. That was more like 2 uses. I'm pretty sure we didn't use it before this. Real quick, let's just drop things off. Right here is fine for now. Peeky peeky. One of the bodies in this room is a zombie. I think it's actually behind the desk and not the one that's in front of it. I'm not entirely sure, though. For our reward, we get access to Texway Gas Green St and Pogo's Greenhaven. Those of you who are at live stream will remember Pogo's Greenhaven fondly. I really, really regret that it wasn't recorded. I was the best self I could have been that day. I don't know. I looked up if I could find a YouTube call number or something. I can't find anything like that. I get them. I see. Although they claim that they don't save it, they probably don't save it for long. But I imagine they save it for at least a day or two in case, like, I don't know, criminal stuff happens. Not that I did anything wrong on stream, but information companies are always downplaying how much they keep your information for, how much they take and how much they keep. Let's go ahead and just drop off our stuff again. This is why I try to keep things organized, but in case, like, for example, maybe we have a single fabric here, maybe there's fabric in the other one. I'm not going to worry too much about that at this moment. So we're going to have about 3 containers worth of storage at least, if not more. Realistically, I don't even need to kill this one. I've looted everything here, so we'll let her just phase through the door like a ghost. She's kind of got the teacher look going for the 80s. Actually, I should close it. I really should. I just assumed that I would be back, but maybe I won't. We connect to different buildings, and so I might not be coming back this way. That's right. I was about to jump in and assassinate her, but there's a sleeping zombie right there. Okay, well, we'll lure her in the back and do the same. Surprisingly, she won't hide in this classroom or anything. That would be ideal for the situation. Sorry, I can only keep one zombie in here at a time because I doubt you guys will cooperate. One of the comments on my perfect run said, "Dude." Can I actually jump into the cafeteria for a minute? I didn't think I could. Surprisingly, there's nothing loot here in the coach's office. You'd think something would be usable. Can't see a thing, but there should be roughly 2 zombies in here. Let's see if we can assassinate the yellow one without getting caught by the one in the courtyard. I hear the one on the other side of this door. I hear the one behind me. Nope. Let me kill this guy before we read that, because I want to get him while he's walking the other way. Faint transmission. There's a heated conversation on rail between a pilot and someone trying to convince him to land in a cluttered suburban area. The pilot has many concerns about clearance. So someone's loved one was injured, and trying to get a suburban area. Well, that's a good clue where we're going to head for that quest. Is there anywhere to hide in here? Yeah, we might be able to actually get away with this. I'm not sure how much it'll help, considering if I want to stockpile all the stuff into a couple containers for best searches, I'll have to sneak past them again or just kill them outright. For now, we'll decide what to do about that later. This is the last of the storage, so I will see you once. I'll show you what we get, and then I'll see you when we decided what to bring home. Okay, we're going to bring lots of water back, and hopefully that'll keep us fed for a little while. Also, I pointed this out on the live stream, but this one's just floating here. It's also not powered. I wonder if they're related. Come on, close the door. Been a couple hours. Maybe my muscle memories just needs a little bit of time to kick in. Alright, let's see here. Penny needs to... She does need sleep, but before she can do that, she needs to get rid of her nightmares. I wonder, is there a place nearby that has nightmares now? We'd have to really be in downtown to get those nightmares. One is the police precinct. That's from the demo. And there's another one in one of the two business buildings. I kind of get them mixed up. It looks like we'll just have to ride these nightmares out. Is this a level? This is still a level 1 dismantling station, so Joe will head out there. Let me make sure that the facilities are not yet finished producing. There should be 1 day left on the garden. And a phase. And how much water do we have? Under crafting components, we have 22, so we can start another load, and then we'll immediately cash in our water processing unit. She's still working. She's going to be able to finish this in time. So I'll go ahead and craft that. Aubrey, you're doing really well, actually, Aubrey. We may want to send you out. Okay, we'll first tag Joe. Okay, let's take a look. This has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pips. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 pips. 2, 4, 5, 8 pips. We're going to send Joe to this one. There's going to be maybe 2 zombies we want to deal with immediately, and then the rest we sort of sneak past. So, let's see. We're going to want maybe... think this crowbar should be fine. So pretty soon we'll be having a lot of weapons. In our live stream, we started in the west side, and I did get Barb much earlier than this, I think. Well, not time-wise, scavenge-wise. Time-wise, it was much later because I was only sending one expedition out at a time. And then we're going to want 2 knife kills. Like this cleaver would pretty much give me 3 knife kills. Oh, the screwdriver. Here we go. We maybe want a bottle. Maybe. Not entirely sure that's the way we want to go. I mean, we can give it a shot. No, I don't think it's going to work that well. There is a lock to pick here. It would give us more options, but I'm going to leave that door locked. So I guess we're just bringing a crowbar and a screwdriver. Oh, we also need to feed everybody. So I'm not sure we have much in the way... Yeah, we really don't have much in the way of food yet. We just need to survive to our first harvest. Let's take a look who's hurting the most. Barb is actually hurting, literally, so we're going to go let her bandage that up. Daphne is still wounded. Yeah, you can chat with Daphne. Penny. Let me check something. So Daphne is... It's a little hard to see, but I'm taking a screenshot right now. Penny, I'm going to go and also take a screenshot of that. And this is... What level? It's probably level 3 now, isn't it? No? No, it's just level 2. It'll be level 3 after this. I'm not sure when it takes place. Like, will they get the level 3 benefit? I think they will. I'm starting to think they will. Okay, Aubrey, you are very, very healthy at the moment, so we may send you out. Probably just head over to Mercer High School and pick... Oh, yeah, I was going to say they respawn, but I didn't actually clear it out. Yeah, just head over to Mercer High School. That'd be a real easy job. We won't show that. Rahul, you're okay. Barb, you're feeling fine. You've got a Frank. Well, you have a bad back, Frank, so we won't send you. Yeah, we'll send Barb out. This will also be a non-combat mission. Unfortunately, you can't send 2 people to the same place at the same time. I think it'd be pretty cool. And then you could use 1 and 2 to switch between them. That would be really sick. All right, and just head over to a fire station. I think there's going to be like a bottle left when you are done there. That's okay. That is not worth Joe's time to go get that bottle. I will have plenty of extra bodies available to us that will send them out. Like we are going to be expanding pretty well. I guess Frank, just go ahead and repair the barricade for a turn. It's going to be a while before we get the barricade level 2 because we have so many things to take care of. Maybe actually we'll have Frank... Hold on, let me switch back to him. Let's cancel that. Have Frank cook something. We can make some goulash. I want to keep 12 water on hand. Alright, and then we also really need to start feeding our people. We'll start with junk food. I don't want to feed it to Aubrey right now. Let me check something. It's any uncooked food. That includes vegetables, right? Yeah. So it's got to be a cooked meal. She's probably going to be a little sour. Oh, wait, we can give her a goulash. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Get her right up into at least green status so I don't have to worry that they'll have gnawing hunger later. Now, it's not supposed to work this way, but even the nightmares will affect coffee. So we're just going to have her chill here, and it should get her some stamina or rest back. Okay, now we just need to send Rahul somewhere. We already have 3 expedition people. So Rahul, I guess you are the one that's going to be repairing the barricade. Okay, let's send them out. Vivaldi. Dun, dun, dun. Those of you here for the live stream, you were totally in for a treat when I got jumped here. There was so much foreshadowing. It's like, oh, this is not going to be good. I'm sweating bullets on this one. I think I described it as, this is my new old Ballard. So the way I described it was, I'm waiting for the zombie to appear because he's inevitably going to appear. The way I described it was, for most people, 9th Precinct Station was the most dangerous place. And then for others, maybe it was the fire station number 8. That's the one in the bottom left where we get Frank. For me, it was Old Ballard. Well, this is my Old Ballard. And it took me so many issues or mistakes to learn everything here. Basically, every time I would drop by, I would make a new mistake, and I would just add that to my mental list of things not to do. So during the live stream, maybe I spent a little too long in the main lobby chatting, but that zombie that just walked away, he caught me in the main lobby. I hadn't jumped over the counters or anything. And so then I ended up fighting 2 zombies where Joe is right now. I was sandwiched between 2 counters because I didn't want to move forward and get caught by other zombies. I didn't want to move backwards and get caught by the starting zombies. And we could just leave that. This area is going to be our storage facility. It's not only the first containers, but there's 2 containers nearby. That's the most important thing to me for making a storage facility. Yeah, we don't want to like lure in all those dudes behind us. Generally, streets have 2 to 4 zombies just hanging out in the main streets. Alright, for this next one, we're going to use a screwdriver because I don't want to alert the next zombie. There are tons of hallway zombies here. You remember how we just did fire station and I was waiting for those hallway zombies? Well, if I don't use a screwdriver on this one, the room that's locked up ahead will spawn a hallway zombie. That's where he comes from. Because I tried checking it. It's like, there's no zombie in here. So I made some noise, and sure enough, he emerged from the hallway. You will never see him. He just pops out of nowhere. Same thing upstairs. You'll think like, oh, okay, this is a good spot to knife this guy. Like, I'll show you. I'll show you my thought processes. First up, you can't knife this one for sure, because she'll hear you. Even Penny, I'm not entirely sure I've tried Penny, actually, but I can tell you for sure that Joe cannot knife her without being spotted or heard. Okay. Over here is another access point to that hall. Let's see what we got in here. Sometimes I found some cool weapons like a bone saw or a sling blade. Yeah, there's something called a sling blade. But we don't find those anymore because the world doesn't respawn items anymore. Okay, so right here you think, oh wow, there's nobody here. Knife them. No. If you do that, a hallway zombie behind that light bulb will appear. That's what happens. So the only thing I can really do is try to make her stumble away, and then maybe we can kind of sneak through that floor. So let's try that. Actually, let me loot that box while we're here. We have to wait for him to finish climbing down so before I can climb back up. Oh wait, if I stumble, that's why I wanted the bottle, I think. Yeah. So yeah, you can. This is where the hallway zombie is, just around that corner. I mean, we could try making a noise and see if it's just her that appears, but then she'll be downstairs. But if she's downstairs, that's okay, because I'm never gonna need to be down here again. We got the sleeping one, which is not great. Okay, let's go and drop off my stuff. No. Okay, I remember doing that on live stream a couple times. Wait, where'd this dude come from? Okay. I think we close this door now. Vivaldi continues this streak. He probably was attracted by the sound of the crowbar. Maybe he was one of the front lobby zombies. I don't know. No, I don't think he would have been, because he would have had to jump over 2 counters, and zombies don't really do that unless they're super aggravated. And that'd have to be 2 counters worth of aggravation. Right, let's grab all the materials. Okay, and then we'll put up the things here. See this crowbar versus lead pipe. Okay, we'll continue to use up the crowbar. We might end up moving the meds back over, but I kind of just like having it, knowing where things are going to be when I start stacking stuff over. Like the sugar, we can stack all that sugar. Suddenly, 5 sugar looks like a lot. I have not brought any sugar back to base, but I might do that for a stack of 5. Where'd he go? Seriously, where'd he go? Oh, apparently that's not a... Okay. I guess he just randomly... He must be like the Greenway Gas Heart Station or whatever. The one that said that sometimes we'll just mantle cars. I said that there is just one zombie sometimes spawns that just willingly mantles cars. He must be like that. That must be in his AI behavior, because most zombies will not mantle stuff. I don't know if there's anybody down this hall anymore. She might have gone back upstairs. Did I close that door? Yeah, okay. Yeah, she's now pacing around up here. But that means I can stab this one, maybe. But I'd like to at least lure him downstairs first instead. Yeah, I think that's where that zombie came from. He was probably just a car mantler or something. I mean, they may have gone back upstairs too soon for me, or they may have gone upstairs so that they can't hear me run anymore. Come on, come down here. Stay down here, dude. There we go. Stay down here. Okay, so that's not an aggravated enough state for her to mantle this, or at least it shouldn't be. So even if she were to walk up, it should be fine. Now, she is moving too fast for me to slowly parkour across that thing. The animations for everybody's supposed to be body motion cap, so that's probably how he parkoured, but I think you really need to have some speed, especially when you're running for your life. Hopefully that drink brings in another one. I'm going to tell you now, I didn't actually clear it out this thoroughly on whenever we were on live stream because I took so much damage. I decided to just bail after we cleared out most of the place. I left this floor alone. I cleared out this floor and the top floor, and that was it. I said that there's 2 boxes still left that I will probably not worry about, but once I learned that I could... Let's see, there's one of them. The one I killed was the one that was sleeping right here. And then there was one here. So there should be 2 wandering back and forth here still. Okay, there's the other one. Let's see if we can bring that one downstairs. So we are going to try to get past this floor. Now, by themselves, they're nothing. But every single room up there that you knife someone in will summon a hall zombie. See if that one guy's still trying to jump me down here. I don't see anything. I might just go and kill him out of principle. If we have a weapon that's like about to break and we're done with this place, I might just go find him down and kill him. Nah, it's probably not worth it considering they respawned. I just need to clear the way to the loot. Man, I really wish the game still... I might still wind the clock back. I might still load my old version once we finish the game. Probably what I'll do, and then I'll probably have to clear the areas one more time so that they kick in the old build's worth of loot. I'm not exactly sure. I have not really tried, but I think we'll finish the game, and then I'll just play on the old version if I'm allowed to, so that I can continue to scavenge or do something. But however, there is a hard limit on items, and I believe that to be 112. I counted myself, and maybe there were other things in my inventory that were hidden that don't show up, but I counted every icon in my inventory at base, and that added up to 112, and I could not put things back in. That let me have my survivors walk around with stuff in their backpack. It's not particularly helpful, though. All right, we have one more wanderer, and then we're pretty much home free. There should be at least one more zombie over here, but the rest are hallway zombies. There's at least 2 hallway zombies. So we have already downed... Let's see here. We downed this one and maybe one of these. So we downed 2. There's a 3rd wanderer. Then there's 2 hallway zombies. That's 5. That sounds about right. There's an awful lot of zombies here. Just on this floor. Come on, I tried to leave a good trail of sound for you. Come on over. Now, if they're super agitated, then if they catch sight of you, there is no, I guess, violin buildup. It's already go time. The violent buildup is, are you being detected sound? That's what that means. Right, she should eventually become slow very shortly here. Yeah, right there. Should be able to get her now. Excellent. Alright, we'll just jump on down here, and if we are quiet enough, there's no zombie in here. He's just hiding around that corner right there. He's loot camping. Unfortunately, I can't see him. That guy over there is just studying the ground real carefully. One of these is a sleeper. I don't know which one, though. I think it's that one. Okay, we have cleared that third floor. I have never successfully cleared it that way, actually. I think what I've always done is I've always run through it and then lured them all to the first floor and run around. Hey, Sling Blade, we got one. I didn't get to show this on live stream. This deadly weapon combines the cut of a sickle with the heft of an axe. Let's equip it for a second. I'm not going to use it right now because it's a really good weapon. Yeah, look at that baby. We'll save that for later when we like have to take on like a business corporation, and we will do that. We will take on like, it's not a skyscraper, unfortunately, but perhaps it's just as well because it takes a long time. People had said, I told them this is going to be a while, and someone said I'm going to go get some ice cream. He finished his ice cream. I still wasn't done with the map. Yeah, we're gonna just stuff the snack in here for now. Oh wait, I put up my screwdriver. I'm not sure I'll need it though. No. Just in case. I gotta peek out to make sure that dude's not patrolling around in front of me. Mr. Purple Jumpsuit. And he could have been hanging around in the fridge next to me before I realized it. Also, the worst thing is, well, not worst, but one of the things is if you end up, say, getting hit by a zombie here, that will actually wake up another hallway zombie right there. So yeah, don't stab people in this area either. Just let this zombie by. I'm gonna let him bounce off that. I'm gonna lock him right here. I'm not gonna lock him in the other one because then he won't have much room to turn around. I believe I was able to still do it stealthily, but I'll give myself more wiggle room if we just close her on the second door right here. Yeah, this like fluid sneaking around is hard won from several mistakes. Basically, everything I've pointed out to you has been a mistake that I've had to learn the hard way from in the making. And then we'll probably drag her and bring her into this area. I'm not sure it matters too well. It does matter in that we need access to leave, so yeah. Let's keep an eye on it rather than going to the roof and then losing track of her. We're going to shut her behind 2 doors, just in case something bad happens. I don't want her being summoned support. Trap her in there with her clone. Thought I saw something up to the left, but I'm pretty sure that's just a corpse. Vantage Point, Galaxy Zone Arcade. That's from the demo, and I do have to turn off effects when we get there because the music is copyrighted. Then Briarwood Motel. I actually liked this better before it had the telescope. So in my press release build, this had no telescope, but it was still a vantage point. So I thought, oh wow, that's cool. I wonder how many I've missed. No, it's apparently just another ordinary telescope. Probably just as well. I wouldn't have wanted to miss anything, but I thought it was unique and cool. But it's just someone forgot to texture it. There's one right there. I don't think there's any loot, though, so it's probably fine. Here's gonna be our third faint transmission. There's a voice coming through the static. It's asking if it's possible for a helicopter to somehow land quietly. Take a look at our escape plans. Our mission is now to enter Millwood Manor, located in the Kingside District. That's in the northeast of the map. But we won't be doing that first. We'll be doing network, just because it's closer. There's other reason, too, but I don't want to spoil anything yet. Here's the Red Mile gas. I wonder if it's actually nearby. You know what that's... Well, I mean, that looks like it's really high up, so I don't think so. It's probably just like a company building. Yeah, I don't think that's it. I've always kind of wondered when I was watching the outside of these games, like this one right here, how much of the area we see is actually placed on the map that they use. For example, we went to Hardwicks not too long ago, right? Would I be able to see that from here? But I doubt it. Still, it would be cool if they put that level of detail into it. Alright, I think we've looted everything. Now we just need to figure out what to bring. I'm going to go ahead and close this door, so that way, if we ever need to go back to the roof, we still have that barrier between us and the zombie. Down. There we go. No. All right, let's figure out what we're bringing. Okay, we are going to bring all the food we can pack, aside from one junk food, and all of the weapons that are available other than the screwdriver we're leaving behind. That was successful. Wow, that's the easiest I've ever done Vivaldi's, period. It only took me 4 playthroughs to get that right. Any Lost Nightmares, great. Airlift. The voice on the radio seemed to be arranging a charter helicopter for Millwood Manor, a property in Kingside. We should head there. This could be our ticket out of this nightmare. A faint transmission complete, airlift escape plan available. All survivors gain the hope state. This was the first ending I got, actually, the airlift, because that just sounded like, oh, well, why not? Why bother with this network business? We can just fly out of here. Did she complete her job? Yes, she did. This should get her some rest. In fact, let me go ahead and also check our stats. So I'm going to compare Daphne real quick and Penny. Daphne did not get any health back. All right, and Penny? Yeah, Penny used to be red. She used to be red stamina. So even though she's recovering, it won't give her back any stamina or rest meter. So we might as well send her out. See here, Texway Gas Green. Is there a person there? According to my notes, no. So that wouldn't be too bad. This is 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 pips. 7 pips, really? 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's probably more than I'm going to get other places. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we may do that. We'll probably move here so that we can get to this quest. So we may end up moving to the Galaxy Zone Arcade, which will get us water. We need lots of water in order to continue gardening. Oh, speaking of which, maybe it's time to garden. We might send Penny to go do that for a bit, because going in an expedition consumes more rest than doing stuff around the base. I mean, we look how many veggies we have right now. Yeah, they decreased the number of veggies you get, but they increased greatly the amount of water it costs. Daphne, yeah, you can go ahead and plant with Penny. Might as well. She's at max rest and max morale. Frank is still cooking. Yeah, and then we'll have someone plant veggies, maybe. Well, actually, no, we'll have another dose of coffee beans. Michelle's there for a bit. Aubrey's doing really well. We might send her on another run. I could go back to Mercer High School and pick up the last of the stuff or something. Rahul's okay. Barb is okay. Barb is technically doing better than Rahul. One thing I don't like is that hope is only applied to your current characters. I think if you already have the hope status, have earned the hope status at any point, when you get a survivor, they should also get the hope status. I really do think so. Imagine, let's say that you are just huddled up, like we'll use Rahul as an example, okay? Let's say that you're huddled up at the top of a church bell tower, and a person comes up and says like, hey, we got a shelter. You join them. And then you get there, and people say, yeah, we found a helicopter, we're gonna go there. We're really hopeful about it. You think Rahul might be infected by hope? Yes, he would. The bottle isn't even listed. I left the bottle at Fire Station 13 because I just didn't have the room for it, and it's not even listed as an item. Get some stuff left over at Walton Taxi Depot, Griffith & Sons. Not sure any of it's really worth anything. Make sure Joe gets out there until he just collapses from rest. That's just literally what's going to stop him. Alright, we'll send Joe to Texway Gas Green St. And we're going to need 2 hammer kills. So we'll take one of these skillets. We have also a fry pan. I'm not sure they would call it fry pan. Maybe in the 80s, but I don't feel like anybody said fry pan back in the 80s. I'm pretty sure they said frying pan. That goes into this whole ground thing as well. It kind of really bothers me. It bothers me more than weapon durability that in this game, they are portraying Texas as having the ground floor as G, and then the second floor as first floor. It actually bothers me more than the fragile weapons. Alright, axe kills. We can have one of those. Like a cleaver, we need axe kill. Cleaver's pretty fragile. And then 2 knife kills, so that's going to be a screwdriver again. We did ditch our screwdriver at Vivaldi's, but we can pick it up at a later time. And maybe 1 bottle. That should be enough to get him through. There's also an airlift lead while we're here, but of course we don't need that anymore. She's collapsing and depressed and grieving, but she has hope. Aubrey's going, Rahul. We'll send Rahul out. I just need to pick one of these places to just pick up the last. Oh, I mean, we could pick up the last of our stuff at Vivaldi's. I don't know how much stuff there is. It might need 2 shipments, but it's a nice easy job for Rahul. And then we'll send Barb to, come on, hop out the window with your bruised ribs. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, AI always get to be climbing this thing, but I can't. And we'll probably do more coffee. Alright, to Texway Gas Green St. There's no real need to unlock this, but you might as well, if you wish to. I don't suggest it. It just makes your life a little bit more annoying. Let's go ahead and switch out to our knife for this one. Actually, an axe would do fine. Or knives have less durability, but are quieter, so anytime you can get away with using a louder weapon, go ahead and do so. I don't like that radio transmitter. It's just annoying. In general, I don't like spammy sound effects. We're gonna set up shop on the top floor. There is a patrolman in there. Just gotta figure out how close he is. I'm trying to listen for him. Should be able to hit him with a frying pan on this one. Well, that would then alert the one above us. So why don't we just leave him alone for a second? We'll come back and kill him in a bit. You've already discovered all the locations in this area. That's new as of the patch. I don't like that. Don't give me more pop-ups when I bet you don't even pause the game. So give me the little bark, like when we met Michelle, and then she said, like, hey, it's dangerous out there. Just do that. That you don't need a whole message. I understand that some people might not realize it, why there's no message when you use the vantage point. Because I was asked on stream, hey, is that vantage point broken? I was like, no, I actually know all the vantage points. It's just we've never actually looked through those binoculars. I'm assuming that it's not so searchable, but I'm not 100% sure. So we're going to kill this one for now. Okay, that body right there is not a searchable. It was hanging over the edge. I figured it meant, like, hey, look at me, I'm special. Because you can see it while you're down there. It's kind of like the promise of loot. So he's probably looking for the sound of that frying pan. Over here, we've got double guards. So my goal is to try to be out there on that rooftop and then move against the window so to bring them both to me. I don't know if it'll work. I also brought a bottle for the occasion. Alright, let's put these back up. You can take that, take these weapons. Finish putting these up. You can hold on the water bottle. It was a mistake to give it to you. I was just in a hurry because he was already getting too far out of range. Hopefully that didn't wake up this one. It looks like we're okay. Yeah, she's still just chilling, or he. I think it's a she. I was just wondering if I should even bother picking it up. Because we're going to be heading back this way to drop off supplies. Peekaboo. Hello. How are you? Hi. Bye. Just grab what we can. There's 2 more containers outside, too. For a second there, I thought Joe was walking and not sneaking. Yeah, putting together all my loot in one area, I think, is important to your success. At least that was what, when I played this war of mine, the game itself seemed easy to me because this was what I always did. And I would look online and see that people are struggling with making ends meet. And I'm thinking, like, you probably just grab the first few things you find and you don't really put any consideration into the efficiency of what you bring back. So by gathering everything together, you can even kind of get a better sense of the big picture. For example, let's say you picked up 5 different cans of food that all take up different stacks. And then you pick up 3 different stacks of resources. You might realize that, hey, I'd rather just pick up stacks of resources because there's more of those quantity. And I'll figure something else out about the food. We're going to need a knife for this next one. It is essential, if you want to be stealthy, to use the knife on this next one. All 3 of these are sleepers. So they'll wake up if you use anything else other than a knife. Yep, the one that's right in front of the foreground, that's definitely a sleeper. Alright, I'm not sure how well this will work, but I brought a bottle for the occasion. Rather than trying to brush up against the windowsill, I'm going to try chucking this bottle through the window. Hopefully I actually get it through and not hit the roof or something like I did in the very first episode. But yeah, if you walk real quietly in front of the windowsill, you won't wake up the sleepers in the street. But if you so much as run, then yeah, you woke up everybody. You're in trouble. So the goal of that was to get them to stop looking at the door, so I can always swoop in and then do whatever. I can divide them up and take them down or whatever. Once we're done here, I'm sure they will be finished being aggravated. It's just trying to think if there's anything else we can put up. We're out of room. That's okay. We'll be bringing some of this stuff home. Well, I mean, we'll be bringing everything home, probably. Now that we can send 3 scavengers out at a time, yeah. Was there a lockpick in the other one? I'll have to look. No, it's, no, there is. I ended up stacking the lockpicks in 2 different spots because of that. It's fine, whatever. Oh, no, I clicked you. Go in. Here, and you can stack. Here, might as well put the meat there. Okay, so once they are patrolling away, I'm going to open the door and sort of let them bounce around in a bigger room. I'm giving them an upgrade. Maybe not a frying pan on the first one. A cleaver would be fine. Again, the screwdriver is much better as a weapon than the cleaver, or well, as far as sneak attacks go, but it has less durability, so you've got to really pick and choose your utility here. I think at this range, maybe a screwdriver might be the way to go, just to make sure we don't mess up. Now, if I wanted to really, really stretch out the durability of my weapons, I could just ignore her, walk all the way back around, and then close her in that room. So you have many, many options that don't involve using weapons. They're not exactly the most fun thing or efficient, though. And this is coming from the guy who made all his enemies fall off the roof of the fire department. Which I already flat out said, this is not efficient, I don't recommend it. I just did it for the lulz in the video. Alright, everything is in these 2 rooms, let's figure out what we're bringing home. And also, by stacking all my stuff together, it makes it easy on return trips to an area. Just, hey, just walk to this area and hit Q, you're done. I've stowed everything into the van nearby. I always try to put it as close to... Well, not always. During my edits out of me moving inventory around, I shove everything to a nearby unguarded container to the front entrance. Joe will probably collapse here, so we'll put him in bed, and that'll give him just a little bit of hit points. He's probably 5 phases of sleep's worth away from full heal. One of the comments says, like, hey, I'm always losing Joe. What do I do? Well, it's probably because Joe's the guy that's in most demand. He has the best backpack space, so you always want to send him out. He does actually need rest, though, in order to regain his health. You either keep him topped off with healing bandages, or just make sure he gets at least some rest. Frank has finished cooking, so we can finally eat around here. Gonna get Michelle some sleep as well. Oh, the things are finally turning around, actually. Daphne, let's go ahead and get you working on the water collector. We get plenty... oh, wait, I was gonna say that costs 10 fabric. No, it costs 2 fabric. I really don't have a lot of fabric. That is because I have not actually done any dismantling. I have so many resources, supposedly, but most of it's in undismantled stuff. So we could give Joe a coffee and get him right to dismantling, but it's okay. If we were short on the water collector, though it's too late now. If we were short for the water collector, I would probably do it. So Frank, you go and work on that water right now. Actually, how much water do we have? Oh yeah, we just got water, so yeah, you can actually cook. Make some more goulash. Actually, no, let's not make goulash. I'd like to upgrade to the level 3 and start using double vegetables. So you go and work on that for a second. Michelle's gonna rest. Well, actually, I could forget Michelle being rested and have her work on the next workbench. How many lockpicks do we have? We probably have way too many. Where are my lockpicks? We have 9. I mean, that's a lot. Yeah, get some rest. It's fine. I'll figure something else out. Aubrey and Rahul. We'll send Rahul to do this water here. You can maybe use your expert distillery ability. No, he doesn't do anything, but... Barb, we can actually have her start crafting, but right now we are actually short on hands on deck. So we might just go around and collect stuff that we've left around. So we've cleaned out Mercer High School. We have pretty much just one container here left to go. Just a couple items here in Vivaldi's. I don't remember what's here in Red Mile gas station. We'll send Barb. I think it's fitting because that's where we got her from. Penny can go to the Greenway Gas. I'm not going to bother showing what actually happened in them, though. Because there was that one zombie that's in front of the truck. Aubrey, where are we sending you? Oh, yeah. We could maybe send you to this one. Wonder how many video cameras there are. Alright. Was there anywhere else to go? I mean, we could send you here. Well, you know what? That's actually really fitting. Let's do that. Let's send you back to where we got you. Yeah, I mean, that works. Okay, we got all the water collectors going on. Yeah, we're fine. I'm a little surprised that your garden grows faster than your water. I mean, really?
Follow the perimeter wall north to Fort Malone. A CDC representative will meet you there. Day 19. Please listen carefully. These are today's household evac numbers for the district of evac numbers are HS1273, HS9736. That is all. Leave all valuable.
Aubrey took a little bit of a scratch last round. The very last zombie in the Walton Taxi Depot spotted her by standing in front of her hiding spot. I guess I'll go and show that at the end. I think the next time the gardens and the water are both complete at the same time, we'll probably move north towards the Bloomingburg Books thing. I'll rest it off. Raoul. What do we do with you? Let's keep moving on for a bit. Daphne. Probably send you out to US Route 93. That's something that you can easily do. Penny, we'll send you to Pogo's in Greenhaven. I know you're very, very tired. Her feet are killing her. But there's some certain jobs only she can do that because it's her sneaky power. Joe, we need him to dismantle because we are very short on fabric. We discovered when we were making those water filters. So let's go and get to work on that. And we're going to need electrical parts anyway, so let's go ahead and dismantle 2 and 3. This is going to be... I mean, we have 9 jeans. That's 99 fabric right there. Now with Joe working on a dismantling bench, we can go ahead and start crafting some weapons. I do like me some hammers. 88 metal. I think we got the metal. Okay. Now, Frank... We're going to have him work on a workbench for now. I don't want him cooking until we get the level 3 cooking bench. That's going to use up all my electrical, which is not going to let me build anything else. Yeah, I want to be able to queue up something here. So we're going to build the barricade level 2 because we are low on barricade strength. And then between the medical area and weapons bench, I think I'd rather have the weapons bench. I just want to be able to make progress towards the next thing when night falls. Michelle, I think we'll have you go on a trip. You are doing a little better than Raoul. Let's go and have you hit Griffith and Sons. And Rahul, I guess you just sleep. Alright, now we feed people. Barb, you're doing alright. Let's see how you do with a can of dog food. You did okay. Have a snack. This is maybe like the third time we've ever fed people with stuff we cooked. Everything else has been just what we've been finding on the road. Breadcrumbs. Eh. We have practiced a little bit of self-care today. Let's see if we could fit everything into Daphne's backpack. We've already killed the zombie here. Should be safe. Should be being the operative word. I'm still going to kind of keep my ears open for any groans. Always release your shift before you get to the edge. Give yourself like 2 steps before... Oh. Seriously? Again, Daphne? I wonder if I could have phased through if I kept pushing left. I wonder if it's like her bell bottoms or something. I don't know. That's a little weird. You managed to get everything in one... I mean, in that swoop. Not one swoop, but in that swoop. So, Pogo's at Greenhaven. Pogo is where Penny works. Maybe not this specific one, but she definitely worked at a Pogo's. So you can see the similar color scheme. The Pogo zombies are kind of too close together. So, you should really send Penny there if you happen to have her in your party. This is stupid. Look, I would have walked right into that zombie. There's no point using this hiding spot either, because he's gonna stop here, and you cannot even execute him with that. To even make things worse, there's a searchable item right there, so you will never be able to E-key him to death. He is immune to your shenanigans. That was probably her manager. Alright, got some electric parts. Oh, we'll take the frying pan for now. Might want to kill that cop zombie in the back there, but we'll see. We'll see if an opportunity avails itself. Shoot! I almost walked right into him. Because once you start leaving your lane because you walk forward on the steps, you don't get the control telling her to stop. Let's make sure there's nothing searchable here. Doesn't look like it. During the live stream, I decided to drop down because it looked like she was about to pass, but turns out she decided to stop right where my feet touched her. Now, I kind of wonder if I should not be touching these. Because what if when they add new areas for the new plans that you have to use a vantage point nearby? I hope they do the smart thing, and since there's obviously a flag to decide whether or not you've used that vantage point, I hope they do the smart thing and say, okay, if you have used the vantage point, say at Greenhaven or any of these ones nearby that would have logically gotten it at that time, you automatically get the new place. Basically using existing data, which is totally within their ability. This fence is immune to your bullets, meaning if there's a zombie on the other side of the fence, you cannot shoot through it. Okay, we'll equip the frying pan, and in case something goes south, we'll be able to show them our fast food experience. Okay, did I grab everything from the roof? Let me double check that. Starting to doubt myself. These bags didn't used to be here. There were containers there that you could interact with, but there was no indication of an actual object being there. So, I mean, you obviously want to walk around everywhere as you explore a map. There are people asking on the Steam forums, like, you know, how I'm having trouble finding leads. I mean, if you just go around the map, maybe they don't mean like in the map itself. They're just not sure which map to go to. So I will be posting that in the Steam guides unless someone snipes me to it. Okay, let's go ahead and just drop off one of these. Okay, we would like all the junk food and the water. The fabric isn't so bad. Fastener we don't need as much. We definitely want the electrical, and we'll go and leave this bottle. Alright, that looks good. We'll hit Q for good measure to make sure we've got everything we can, and we're leaving. Fortunately, I didn't decide to kill everybody. I just killed the ones that were in the way. That means I'll need to sneak around them when it comes time to do the quests. Not a big deal. It's just I have to keep walking around them constantly like that. You know, it's kind of nice returning to those old places where we've already got all the stuff. Bam! All your stuff that you left here, you know, let's just grab it. Grab it and go. It's already wrapped up for you and everything. We are running out of locations to hit. Give her a bit of coffee. She'll clean up what's left in Vivaldi's. I don't think there's much. I can't quite remember what's there. We need a couple more electrical bits. So I think this looks like a good distribution of that. Because right now, if we were to go ahead and queue up the last remaining things, whoops, level 3 and level 3 cook, level 2 medical, we need 4 for a barricade level 3, 4 for a medical area level 3, and 4 for a weapons bench level 3. So we need 1 more electrical. Daphne, we're going to leave at home in the garden. And it is time to replant our stuff. So we're going to need 3 people for that, which means we're going to be a little short-handed today. I know that I could go and recruit those people. That's kind of the plan, but I want to hold off as long as possible because of the great water expenditures. I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and, even though I plan on moving to this location next out of the available spots, we're going to just go ahead and punch a couple zombies on the way and grab some loot because our expedition people we are running out of spots. We're going to go and bring a lockpick as well, even though you get all the loot, including in the safe, when you move in. The safe will still stay locked when you move out. And I'm still hoping for the day that this game allows me to have respawning loot, like it did in the press release build. We'll do the same thing for 22 Springwood Drive, but I think we'll send Rahul out, because he's fully healthy. Aubrey was a little dinged up from the Walton Taxi Depot. So yeah, we'll send Rahul out. And we'll have him punch people in this 22 Springwood Drive. You will need a lockpick to clear that. That one's not an option. If you wish to finish that area, a lockpick will block you from moving forward. Okay, and pretty soon we'll just start brewing some coffee, but at the moment Frank is crafting, it looks like. At the Vivaldi's, we found 1 piece of fabric, 1 piece of medicine, and a single expensive watch. So definitely not worth our time, but like I said, we were running on slim pickings. Depending on how much health we have, we might come back through and actually clear out the whole thing with Michelle. We'll see how much health we have at the end of all of this. There are about 4 zombies I need to punch out, so we'll see how much damage we take from that. I can probably reliably defeat 2 zombies without 2 zombies until I lose health. So 1 health point per 2 zombies, that is. I doubt I can actually sneak past her like that. I'm fairly sure I cannot. So we'll just wait a second. Some people think that flashlights alert zombies. No, you sticking your head out to hold the flashlight is what alerts zombies. I wave the flashlight at zombies all the time because I want you to see what I'm looking at and what I'm talking about. So I might say something about, like, this door is blockaded. So I'll wave the mouse cursor in that direction. So there's a yellow dress zombie below right there that we will need to punch out. Or I can try to alert. This zombie you can sneak past. As of the early access build, there are not 2 sleeping zombies here. In the demo, there used to be 2 sleeping zombies. Like 1 right here and 1 over there. I'm guessing they probably nerfed those 2 sleeping zombies because people kept getting caught or something. Actually, I can probably search that bag and then go hide. the patrol path of the zombie here will not take her too far out of the Galaxy Arcade. So, unfortunately, we won't be able to sneak past. But I think they did that probably, so that way when zombies bounce out of this door you can't close, they will rebound quick. Oh, sound! Okay, I'm gonna mute the game audio in my editing during that segment, but yeah. She's probably a little agitated now, but I'm just wondering if I can get to that red pillar. No, she found me. Alright, that's fine. Alright, that's 1, but now I've increased my zombie kill count to 5 necessary. No, if nothing else, fighting her in the illumination is better for the video than fighting her in the darkness. No, I got hit. All right, I got hit once. So, like I said, I can generate 2 zombies, and then I'll consume 1 hit point. I'm gonna lure this zombie. I don't know if I hear another zombie right there at the door. There's a patrolman zombie over there. I'm trying to lure this zombie closer. Once he enters that room, yep, I'll allow him to have line of sight of me. If you can interrupt their scream, it doesn't count for triggering enemies. But they still might hear the fighting. Oh, wrong button. Let's go turn the audio back on now. Yeah, that's why I had to turn it off during the perfect run. Some people were able to figure that out. Alright, let's put the materials in this chest. And I'll take the food and bring it upstairs. I don't like this window. You can't even see if you back up because the wall's in the way. And of course, if you move too far, you'll leave the area. So you just have to use your ears as best you can. Because that zombie pretty much just tries to spot you. He'll stand at the window. There's another patrol zombie to the left, so I didn't want to make too much noise on that side. Put those down for now. We'll go just drop everything for a minute. Oh, need my lockpick though. I think I have to fight another one, probably. So I get to pick either fight the top one or the one down here. Well, I think we'll fight the top one, just so that I have one floor that's clear. Because I gotta get... it doesn't really matter which way I get to that stairwell. There's a zombie patrolling around up here. And then I can let the other zombies roam around while I loot to the room they're guarding. Surprised he doesn't see me, but I remember him not seeing me in the demo like this. She, unfortunately, she was in the middle of her swing on that one. If you're swinging too often, you won't be able to dodge because your characters will be locked in some animation. But the game is still fairly generous in letting you dodge. It's not always instant dodge, is what I'm saying. Like if I start swinging now, that was as soon as I could dodge. You hear the whiff. Now if you try dodging before the fist is about to connect, you still get to dodge. So I can actually left click and dodge right away, like that. But yeah, you are kind of committed sometimes when you attack. No bottle, don't need that. There's a guard zombie over here. So we're gonna go ahead and we might have to defeat that one. Let me think here. Yeah, let's try making a little bit of noise. And then maybe they'll go look upstairs. For this one, we'll try letting out to the right. Hopefully we don't get sandwiched. That would be sad. Okay. Yeah, I have to let this one in. While we wait for her to rebound. I'll quickly rotate the yellow ones. So I've taken 2 hits. I think we're done for getting into fights now for this foray. Because this will still take me about 3 to 4 phases to heal off. So now what we'll do is we'll try to get the yellow one into this room, and then I'll close the door behind him from the stairwell. As for the top floor blue zombie, we'll try to use the stairwell as well to hide and then close the door behind her when she's at the water area. Which means she has to rebound off of us. And then we have to follow her. Now, do I have to do it this way? No, I feel confident that I could have Michelle just whoop everybody here. But the whole point of this little trip is just like that's not lighthearted, but it's meant to be not a strain on any of my long-term resources. That's why I went in with fists. Again, my behavior towards this would be different if I knew for sure these guys would not respond. Alright, so we'll wait for yellow to bounce off. Is he going to bounce off? There we go. And we need blue to rebound as well, go in that direction. Oh, darn. I might have been able to get both of them in this room at once. Alright. Let's go and open this up. And then there's one more container to search, and that's in the blockaded room. Wonder if I can... Yeah, I can. All right. I'm going to go and unblockade this while I'm here. I mean, there's no real point. You still have to clear the whole place to make it your shelter, but I just thought it'd be funny. Whoop. So now I got to get them into this big room so I can get my stash out of that middle room. Now, Yeah, I can beat them up and it would be faster, but the game is meant to be a stealth game, so we're playing it the way the game kind of intends right at the moment. Now we need to let the blue one back out and into the office again. When we come back, the yellow one should be back here, and that other one should be in there, so that someone will have magically moved them around for us. We don't actually need to put her back in at this point, but I suppose it would keep us from getting caught. Because they can hear outside pretty well. If you are punching the mid-floor zombie on the fire escape, for example, the water collector zombie will actually bash down all the doors between you and through the stairwell and hop over the table to attack you also. So yeah, I mean, like, we don't really want her outside since we're going to be doing a lot of moving stuff around. Give me a second to grab everything. This is what we're bringing, and we're leaving the materials in the chest downstairs. It's a good amount of materials. Unfortunately, there's no more video cameras here. You used to find a bunch. Jumping over this railing is actually about like 1/3 of a second faster than climbing down this ladder. Here, I'll show you. It's not that much of a difference. It won't save you from like a single zombie hit, because it's unlikely to be that fine-tuning of a timing. Got everything? Okay, I saw the bottle down there. I was like, do I really have everything? Because there was a combat knife, I remember. All right, this next one is going to be a lot more difficult to punch through. It's a lot more linear. I'd also like them not to break down the doors, because I have definitely seen zombies respawn here. We're trying to lure them out. Oh, come on. Well, that's not a good start. I was just trying to back up because I didn't want... Fine. I really didn't want the doors to get broken. So now he's taken as much damage as Michelle did in her whole clearing. We'll back up a bit more. Nope. Also, I want to be able to see what I'm doing, and it's hard to see with those pillars. I was really thinking about if I should be backing away or not that whole time because of those two reasons. Yeah, we'll grab that on the way out. There's no point looting anything right now because it's a very linear path. I can punch her in the back of the head from here. But the first punch is generally a freebie. Doesn't matter if it's from behind or from front. I wish there was more benefit to punching them from behind. Because they immediately turn around. Okay, I tried dodging on that one, but unfortunately it didn't take. Yeah, the big ones are easy to dodge for me because I hear the grunt, and it used to dodge too early because I would dodge as soon as the grunt happened. But the grunt was when they started assuming I could get him to... Okay, let's just say that the jukebox is me. Or no, jukebox is zombie facing to the right. Okay, when he grunts, his arms are back here. So when I would dodge, I'd finish dodging by the time his arms are up here, and then I would get hit on the way down. So I will hear the grunt, And then I'll easily be in position to just know, like, okay, half a beat, then dodge. Rahu has already been hit a second time. So that's going to take him maybe, I'll say 6 phases to heal. Down here is going to be about 2 zombies facing each other, typically. And then there's 3 zombies in there. So this is pretty much the extent of how far Rohu's going to get. I'm wondering if I should run down and try to lockpick that door without... But I'm fairly positive there should be a zombie up ahead. And as you can see up there, there's not much I could do. Maybe I could try luring a zombie upstairs and hiding so he passes by. Is there certain it's not going to be another zombie pacing through? We could try. We'll see how that turns out. If we can get him to go past, we'll lockpick that door for him. For the future scavenger. Alright, let's go ahead and just grab everything we can then. Which is not going to be a whole lot, but it's something. And then we'll try to lure this zombie upstairs and make sure this door is open. Yeah. And then we'll try to lure him upstairs. Okay. Really now? I was sneaking through. Like, I started sneaking around here. Yeah, well, we got a little further than I suspected. I think there's a zombie back behind this door too, though. Yeah. So I'd have to do it again. And there's not really much point. Yeah, there's more loot and stuff down there, but we already have a basically full inventory. So we're just gonna go and break out of here. We'll follow him and close each door as we go, so that way if the zombies respawn before we capture this area, I will still have a door between me and the zombie for sneak kills and stuff. There's a very, very faint possibility they just randomly turn. Alright, that's all the doors. That little cul-de-sac reminds me of 38 Schrader, or 3 whatever Schrader Drive. Let's take a look at our garden real quick. So this is 2 phases. 1 phase. Are we gonna stay here that long? Maybe. I'll think about it. If I don't plant the next water collector, we can pretty much move right away. And we're practically done scavenging. Because that kind of dictates what we do next. If we were to wait one turn for the water, and then plant, it would take 3 turns from there to collect. So we would have to be here for 4 more turns. Is there 4 turns worth of stuff to do? I don't think there is. It might take us 2 turns to clear out each of these shelters. I mean, we could go punching some zombies. Wouldn't be something that we needed to have, but we're really down to 2 turns left of expeditions. But that being said, you don't always have to go on expeditions. We could do what I said was practicing a little self-care, getting our stats in tip-top condition. I just want to utilize the fact that this has a water collector and garden and leave when they both have been finished at the same time, rather than when one after the other has been finished. The question is if it's worth it. And it might very well be. I mean, like right now, Penny is wired, so I think she'll lose stamina by the time it becomes her turn again, but we'll go and send her out one more time. I'm pretty sure that all the stuff only lasts for 1 turn. It says specifically last 2 phases, but you have to remember, on the turn you drink it, that's 1 phase. That counts as 1 phase. But you're not losing rest during before you drink it. So it'll be like all the events happen, all the automatic events such as the new day, and then you drink it. Then on the next day, you are immune to the benefits, or immune to the rest loss. And then you end the day, it's now the third phase that it's active, and it's dispelled, and you will get your rest penalty. That's the way I interpret it, because I know for sure that's the way it works with the alcohol. I assume it's the same with Wired. But we're going to go and send her out anyways, because we have a level 3 bed, and that basically fully treats you. So do I want to send her to Lester Barr? Well, then we'd have to feed him for those phases, so I think we wait 2 phases. I think we collect him when we get the garden stuff. That's what I think. We'll just chill at the base. We'll get her hit points back, if nothing else. Joe, you also... you're not doing too well health-wise. You're alright. You're comfortable, but we could do better. So you also get some rest. You guys are going to be going out on scavenging trips soon enough. Frank is going to be finishing up these construction projects. Oh, we never finished up level 3. Alright, that's okay, I guess. Aubrey, why don't you go ahead and barricade us? Daphne could die in a couple attacks. She should have enough hit points to survive a low-level attack, but the enemy's attacking a 3 barricade status is worth. Rahul is definitely dinged up from his battle earlier. Barb is feeling a bit drained. We could just put her here for a bit and then recover a little bit of her rest, freeing that up for Daphne. Okay, then we have Michelle left. Michelle wants a bed. Let's see who else. I mean, I think Michelle's just going to have to go without a bed for a moment. I want all those people to get their health back. Rahul's a little more injured than her. So maybe we'll just send her out to go collect some of the random knickknacks we might have laying around. Nothing major. We'll edit that section out. Like, there's literally 1 piece of medicine here. And there's literally 1 bottle at the fire department. Is there nothing else? Did I get it all? I think I did. See, Lester Barr, Pogo's Greenhaven. We'll be heading there a few times. Oh, we can hit this place, I suppose, but we did plan on moving there within 3 phases. That's alright. It gives us more resources. Nah, we'll take on this. We'll take the medicine. The other stuff is quite easily fall into our pocket with us doing nothing, so. Alright, we are going to send Michelle to bed. She needs both rest and hit points. Aubrey, I think it's time to get some more water. That's why we're sticking around. Water is an essential component of life after all, but it's a little more essential in this game apparently. I don't know if I think it would have been faster for Rahul just to take the pipe down. I feel so slow going on it. Barb, we'll try her. Rahul, who started in the bedroom, ran throughout the whole base. Barb, who started at the stairs, tried the pipe. Daphne, we're gonna send you out on an easy run. You're gonna go clean up what's left of the Galaxy Arcade, not zombies, but just loot. Penny, we'll send you to Lester Barr Automotive. So there are 6 pips each in Place to the North Briarwood Motel. It's got 6 pips and 3 in medical. Whereas Lester Barr Automotive does have 6 pips, but only 2 in medical. It's scattered around. So if there's even one thing, it's going to have a whole 1 pip. So I'm going to count the 1 pip as less than a full value. Thusly, this would actually have the motel would have more value storage-wise. Additionally, we have decent amount of weapons. We're about to start crafting some. That once Barb is able to free up her hands. Right now, I'm having her do gardening and watering and all that stuff. She doesn't have a lot of time. And you can see that we get an okay amount of food. I only say it's okay because even though it's 75 food sounds like a lot, I plan on, number 1, recruiting every single survivor in the game. That means I have to feed them every 3 phases. Every 3 phases, they need to eat about 2 small hungers. So they would eat 2 veggies, essentially, if I don't cook it. 2 small veggies every 3 phases. That's rough. Per 15 people. So that's 30 vegetables every 3 phases. And here's the amount of medicine we have, which is not a whole lot, but I've only spent 1 healing kit, I think, so far during this playthrough. We have a decent chunk of base resources so we can craft more weapons. However, it's going to take me, just with the firearm parts alone, about 100 metal and fasteners to use up all my firearm parts. So we still need to keep scavenging. Can't just rest on our laurels. So to that effect, I think we're going to bring a cleaver on this one, maybe? Let me think here. There's one guy near the safe I want to stab. And maybe one guy upstairs. But I think with Penny, we can actually do this kind of quietly using the hatchet. No. We'll play it safe and just use the cleaver. Actually, the cleaver and the hatchet are the same. I was getting that mixed up again. I visually think of the cleaver as a knife, but sound profile I have to classify it as an axe. So I guess we'll bring a bottle. Yeah, we'll bring a bottle. Do we want a second bottle? I don't think we need a second bottle. I'm not sure. I know that there's a second guy we can kill, but it doesn't have to be so quiet on that next one. We'll just bring one bottle. Oh wait, I need a lockpick too. And Joe, he's got a little bit of a taller order. He's going to have to bring all the stuff home from here. And that's going to require, let me think here. And use a baseball bat. We will want at least one quiet weapon. And we will want one lockpick, so I think that's about it. Is baseball bat really the way to go? No, we're going to change that. Not the baseball bat. We're going to bring the rake. Baseball bat's fairly durable. We just need about 2 swings, so the rake should be plenty for that. Then where's my empty bottle? There it is. And let's get the lockpick and we're ready to roll. For our first contestant, if we move briskly enough, we should be able to sneak behind her. Get a 76 Valor Armadillo here for only $13.99. Oh, we might be able to just sneak onto this one. That was really brisk of us then. We have a broken bottle in our inventory. Or you would have been one cut, but I needed to grab some stuff with Daphne, so there's, we'll say, 40 seconds of in between. And then there's also assigning Joe stuff. I'm going to grab everything here and shove it upstairs for now, but we probably will turn that little thing into our stash. Light! Alright, this is the guy we gotta shank. The other one we have to beat to death with our bare hands. Just to save resources. Reason for that. Once I open this door, you'll see why we wanted to be quiet. Triple zombies! We'll just go ahead and stash stuff here for the time being. And anything I can't carry out of here, we'll just put in that blue car down below. For our new recruit from here to go pick up on the way back. Or on a, free scavenging trip. That zombie that was downstairs is guarding this alleyway and a little office, which I don't think has any loot. This box you can't even search. This guy I'm going to have to defeat hand-to-hand combat. Or I could try to lure him. I wonder if they heard that. I don't think they heard that. No, I think she heard that. How about this? You hear this, Barr? Come on out. I don't want her screaming, that's the thing. Come on. You hear the footsteps of a nice, fresh human, right? Fine. Let's see. We'll try to get close enough that we can interrupt if she starts screaming. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Ah! That was early. Ah. I'm a little more anxious with Penny fighting because she can get nightmares on a single hit. Now, the reason why I didn't want that one to scream was because it would ruin this next scene. Hello, friends. Can I interest you in a pamphlet? No? Okay. Bye-bye. Why, hello! Do I hear the footsteps of a normal God-fearing soul? Welcome to Lester Barr Automotive. Of course, on account of the current natural disaster, I cannot sell you a car. What are you doing in there? Ain't it obvious, friend? I'm doing what I must. I'm keeping myself alive. When no one's around, I slip out and stock up on supplies. At least I used to. You stop? It's all running out. We're getting old, going rotten. Came damn close to eating dog food just the other day. Disgusting. Ha, you're telling me. What about you, partner? What are you doing out there? Getting supplies for my shelter. You don't say. I knew you were an enterprising sort. I could tell from the tone of your voice. You want to help your old pal Lester out of here, don't you? Come on now, don't make me beg. I gotta get to safety. This survivor is resistant to low needs morale penalties, such as gnawing hunger. He gains a little more rest while sleeping. That explains why he was getting... Okay, so earlier, I think maybe the previous episode, I will have said that Frank got a little less rest than Lester. That is why. I just forgot that he had this ability. I forgot that Lester actually had something positive about him. I remembered he had bad back, because I have to kind of evaluate who we're sending out. I remember that part. That's why. Okay, so shelter beds, and at least shelter beds and level 3 beds give the same amount. I'm assuming that shelter beds will give whatever your portable beds level is in rest. I haven't done full tests, but in the demo version, it was not the case. But in early access, it seems they have ironed that out. And of course, he's got bad back, so instead of 12 spaces like normal characters do, he's got the 10. Nonetheless, despite all these qualities, we are happy to have you. You're a good sort. Let's go. Now, if you don't mind, I need to say goodbye to this old business. Used to be my pride and joy. Yeah, I mean, I can kind of sympathize. He spent his whole life doing that, and I'm still kicking myself every morning that I don't have that 20-hour live stream. Like, it was going to be, it's kind of like a world first thing, right? Where if people want to watch a video of the game being done, that's it. It was done the first day before it was ever released. I didn't announce it because I wasn't under embargo for the 10 o'clock on that day. So I didn't announce it. I kind of wonder, maybe I should have asked about, like, hey, can I announce I'm going to be streaming it? They'll probably say no. So I probably should have just said, I'm going to live stream something at this time. That might have helped too. But still, I mean, there were 71 people there at the time, but what if it blew up? Like, my first video has like 1,000 views. That is a lot of views for me. I'm hoping by the time we finish the playlist, I'll be able to show my wife how many views we got. You've already discovered all the locations in this area. So I will go ahead and pause at the flicker there, just to show you what Lester looks like if you care. You cannot normally otherwise see this room, so we'll go and pause here, and we'll be right back when I get all my stuff. Let's take a look at Penny's haul today. And let's boogie. Now it's Joe's turn. What can he show us? There is a zombie that spawns here as you navigate the hotel, and when next time you enter the area, if you've left that zombie alive, it'll actually start walking towards you aggressively, I guess, because it sees you while the caption is here and you cannot move. So I'm gonna come back and kill that zombie. We might as well leave the stuff here, actually. Yeah, we'll leave all the stuff here. This window will probably get you caught. You won't never be able to see what's inside that room, but there's a zombie patroller there. Okay. Let's... real quick... there's a zombie right here, but if I make a loud enough noise, he'll fall into the hole. We should actually search the bottom room first. I'm going to intentionally try to make a noise to get him to fall, so I don't have to deal with him. Okay, well, here's a way we can do this. I need to prove a point, essentially. Every now and then I'll say that something happens as a bug, and then 3 years down the line, someone will comment, that's not true. It was true at the time. We find advantage for Styx Arcade. Now remember, every time you jump, it counts as running, so this guy will hear me, and this will at least get him to fall down. The left side of the hole does not support you. What I mean by that is, I'm trying to think of how to best phrase this. There's a glitch down here where you're supposed to grab onto the hole and then climb up, but your character falls right through the floor. So we'll go and do that twice, because I want to show you that you can do it, and there's treasure on this side. And then we'll fall down one more time. My worry is that this guy's going to catch me because he's going to hear me jump across. What if I let him out, though? That might help. Yeah, I think that helps. If I leave this door open, he can bounce around outside for a bit. I will have to kind of avoid him, but otherwise I think it'll work. All right. Yeah, if you want to fall into it, you have to fall in on the right side. But that being said, this is a lockpick door right here. We did bring a lockpick, right? Oh, I was going to worry. I was worried that we didn't bring a lockpick. So you will have to lockpick that in order to find the treasure here. I don't know if you need to talk to the guy before you can find that treasure. I just thought I'd swoop in and grab some stuff while we were on the lowest floor. So by doing that running, this zombie here has been aggravated, and he'll kind of walk around for a bit. And then, whoop, it's gone. Give him a moment to get away from the hole. Unfortunately, I can't see a thing. Woo! Okay, that works. If we dispatch her, that'll be one less thing we have to carry, I suppose. Assuming that we can break the rake on her head. And one less zombie for us to worry about. And then what I'll do is I'll try to make this zombie over here alert to somebody being present. Yeah, I'd like them to start moving. No, not this way. Not this. No one's here. No one's this way. Dude. Seriously? Woo! Turned around in time. Okay, I brought a bottle for this guy, but I would like to see if I can get something to happen. So we're gonna actually let him out instead. Because I want to test something out. Or not really test, but here, let's go and just loot what we can. We'll give ourselves a bit of a head start. So I probably could have opened the door and walked away, but just in case. We're gonna let him out. We have probably enough room in our inventory to pick up whatever's in that bathroom. Alright, let's lock him in there. And we'll put foodstuffs and medicine here. I don't know how much we'll be able to take back. But it looks like Joe could probably bring everything back. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot here. Keep that equipped. Get out of here, you miserable piece of crap. You're normal? Took you long enough. What? Last group that came by left me up here to starve. Why would they do that? Beats me. We were drinking, smoking, all that good stuff. Then some chick starts screaming at me, saying she found my stash and I'd been holding out. My weapons, my food. Why the heck would I share with strangers? Do you need a place to go? Of course I do. I'm not gonna be staying here, am I? I can help, if you're willing to start sharing. Oh, great. I asked the Lord for a sign and he sends some commie. Watch it. Grow up. I need to get out of here and you got a place to go. I haven't said yes yet. You're kidding me. What, you'd say no to me because I said some mean words? I guarantee I'm more useful than any other jerk you got. You're taking too long to think about this. He has the same ability as Kayla with Evasive, small chance of not taking damage in combat. He's got the same ability, I think, as Diane with Poor Craftsperson. Negative ability, of course. Okay, hold on. If you were in dire straits, he could still repair in a jiffy if you weren't planning on, if you were going to cap out at 10. So let's say that we have 8 barricade points and I want to barricade. Maybe the zombies are hitting at strengths of 10 or something, right? In that case, you might as well just have them assigned to it. That being said, you're very unlikely to think of this as a thing and just assign any random stranger. You'd have to have lost a lot of survivors to get this guy and still think, oh, let me just barricade with him. And then finally, he's got the same ability as Aubrey, Refined Taste, loses morale from eating junk food or uncooked meals. So yeah, he's got 2 negatives and a positive. But despite all that, we're happy to have you. That's what I thought. Smart. Well, I'm a man of my word. It's in room 204, far side of the motel, 2nd floor. Well, nothing new to search has appeared over there, so I'm not too worried about it. And he has nothing to grab, so I think Joe can actually take everything home in one go. Let's see here. Can we really? Yeah, I guess so. We have everything. Okay. Then we never really need to come back here unless there is... I'll go and show the zombie as well. Unless there is a respawn of items. Oh wait, there's stuff here I didn't pick up. Okay, so we do have a couple things we aren't able to carry. So what 2 things do we not want to bring? I mean, I don't really use pills all that often. And I guess that's about it. Yeah, I'll take everything else. Here's the zombie. Right there, patrolling around. That zombie was not there before, or he was really far to your left. But when we enter, he's in front of us to the right, so maybe not. Here. Joe was trying to close the door instead. I like the meaty thwunk sound, like the plywood sound on it. It's a very nice sound effect. Whoops. Alright, let's see if I can time this correctly. I'm not exactly sure which of these roof tiles it is, but the roof tiles will collapse on you, then that'll immediately alert the zombies in the area. It's one of these tiles. You think it's the all messed up looking one, but I'm pretty sure it's not this one. So I'm going to kind of run on them each time. I want to see if I flatten this dude, or if he just stays alive and he hits Joe. I want to see. Now, I think it only falls if you're running, so we'll try walking a bit before that. Okay, it does not flatten him. I definitely tried. Even if you talk to him, no other containers are there, so it's not like there's something I missed by talking to him last. On my other playthroughs, I talked to him first, or spoke to him first. We got a bunch of new dudes now. Let's get gardening. Now they're all back. They're gonna work as slaves. I like Hudson's outfit. It's very 80s. In fact, he even looks like he runs faster. When we plant, it should be done at the same time as these things, I think. Alright, what about Lester? Lester, where you at? There you are. He's got upset stomach, so let's go ahead and give him some medicine. Find my meds. There they are. This is no way for a man of my station to live. How are we doing on meat and veggies, comparatively? Alright, we do have roughly double amount of veggies, which is what I'm looking for. We'll want maybe a couple more to feed ourselves as well, but the rest probably should go to coffee. With that being said, we have a lot of people, and I no longer am limited to just sending 2 people out. Again, when I thought we had one scavenging run to do, I would my operations were a little bit different. It would just be Penny and Joe, no one else would ever go. But now we have 3 scavenging missions to go. Coffee is not as required. And we'll have Lester do vegetables. There was a bug. Let me take a look. I had to double check things. So it looks like if we are trying to cook casserole, we don't actually get the good cook bonus. With Daphne trying to cook this, it's 2 casseroles, and if we take Frank over here, it's also 2. Yeah, but let's try bringing someone who is not a good cook. So we'll say like Michelle. See if it's just like inverted as a trigger or something when they were retooling the water and stuff to be task size 2 and how much it cooks. Yeah, we get more casserole if we use a non-good cook. But that's actually not because of the trigger being added. I mean, sort of. It really depends how much you like nerding programming stuff. But we can see that the base value is actually 3 for chili con carne, so we can use that to decipher the rest. 3 must be the base value for casserole, and the fact that we only get 2 casserole per means that someone who was doing adding accidentally put a subtraction in there. What I'll probably do is I may wait to cook casserole. Hold on. Also, I think I forgot to queue up the last thing for the medical area as well, but it should be okay considering we're now starting to get a lot of slaves or workers. So I kind of don't want to necessarily make goulash when we can make casserole instead, but I want to wait until they patch that because I'm fairly sure that they will do that. Maybe we'll just make vegetable soup, and while our carnivore won't like that, I think we'll be okay. Now the big issue is this: actually we're going to be losing a lot of water. That's kind of also a problem on its own, because I wasn't really accounting for that much water usage for how much food we're getting. Still, that's if I wanted to continue recording this and get this out in a timely manner rather than just waiting for patches, I think this is what we need to do. Go ahead and queue up for the next 2 phases. Let's see here. Let's take a look at everybody's health. Barb is doing all right, so we're going to have her help plant the last batch. We'll make it coffee beans. Well, maybe we should make it more veggies since we aren't going to be using meat. So yeah, let's make the last one veggies. Okay. Daphne is badly hurt. You climb back up. And we should also try feeding people. Let's see. I guess it'll be fine. We'll try to get them into blue status so that we know everybody's okay. Penny's kind of scratched up, but nothing major. We'll just go ahead and start putting them into shelter resting. Frank is cooking. Michelle, how many lockpicks do we have at this point? Like 7 or something? We have, yeah, exactly 7. So let's go ahead and have her craft the next thing. And with the double lockpicks, we'll now have 11 lockpicks when this is done. Aubrey, she is slightly dinged up, but we already have... Well, actually, we do have a bed free. But Rahul's probably... Yeah, Rahul's scratched up more. That being said, we do need to send some people out to go scavenge, so... I mean, there's really not much left. We'll grab what's left of the Briarwood Motel. Switch over to Aubrey. She's hovering over the kitchen saying, "Can I have that when you're done?" We have some left at Pogo's Greenhaven. And we'll be here for a couple more turns as well. So I think it should be okay to actually launch as is. We might want to go ahead and send Wake Penny up. Oh wait, we still had a bed. Oh yeah, that's right, because we didn't rest everybody because we still wanted to send expeditions out. Penny will heal that minor scratch pretty quickly, so it's not that big a deal. We also have the Styx Arcade. Let me think here. Maybe we could send Penny there. Maybe we do. I mean, Joe is healing. We're gonna send... We don't really have many other places to send people, so I guess it's okay. I don't know if I really need to kill anybody. I mean, killing one person might help us in our quest there, but everybody else we can pretty much avoid. I don't think we're going to need any lockpicks either, so yeah, let's go ahead and go as is. I could hear that guy in a orange jumpsuit or outfit growling as I load in. There was a total of about 6 items in the 2 areas we sent people to. There is I guess a mattress or something, or a very low table upstairs, and sometimes a zombie will crawl over it, and sometimes they'll just bounce off of it. It's random. There's a pack of zombies outside. At least 2, sometimes 3. Let's see how many there are this time. We got 2. Maybe it's depending on how long it takes us to get here. Because we have gotten here pretty fast, given that we are doing 3 scavengers runs a day. Yeah, so that's the little table thing. I'll talk about this room in a bit. I knew that there had to be a survivor here the first time I showed up. I was like, well, how do I get there? Because I can't interact with that box. I can't interact with the camera. I tried swinging at it and stuff. And then after a while, I noticed, oh, there's a skylight right there. So it took me a while to find that. This is probably just like the one zombie we'll defeat. We'll defeat him in here just to make sure, but I'm fairly positive that even with Penny especially, but even if it wasn't her, that this spiked spiked plank would not wake any zombies up. These rusty nails now serve a new purpose. He must not have crossed over. He's still just bouncing back and forth. I mean, there's literally a treasure right behind him, so that's why I want to kill him. If he's just going to insist on walking back and forth, I suppose I'll just try to sneak in behind him. There's probably plenty of time to do that. Okay, he decided to go over this time. Well, I mean, since we are well past him, we might as well just leave him here for a minute. I don't think you can jump up here. Yeah, you have to do a running jump. So if he were patrolling an area, he could easily see your feet dangle and start screaming. And then everybody inside would wake up and start smashing down the doors. Actually, my inventory is actually already full, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure there's really much point to us doing that. Maybe I'll just go in and swat him upside the head. We'll hold off on that just for a little bit, because there's another zombie over here. And while we can lure him in to fall, I still don't want to alert zombies, because I like having doors. I'm trying to keep the game prepped in case there's an endless mode or anything like that, so... We uncovered the Pioneer Motor Company. I don't believe there's anything else up here, but we'll check just to make sure. That's not like a cement bag or anything for us to search. I'm going to go left, and once we clear out this area, we'll be able to take that orange guy and bring him over here. That being said, our inventory is full, nearly full anyways. I'm not going to worry too much about jumping out that window right now, because we would have to get back in the building. So we've cleaned out the left side. There was that one container. In order to get past him, we're going to need to let him walk over here. Goodbye. We're going to go ahead and put our stuff down in this luggage case. Alright, and this next part could end up getting that door down there broken. I think I searched the kitchen. I'm pretty sure I searched it. Yeah, I think I've come up with a way. Remember, this is my 4th playthrough. I think I've come up with a way not to get it broken, but we'll see. Jump! Oh shoot, that's a person. Well, they didn't hear Penny sprinting at that range. Remember, it's not where you land that counts for this jump. It's where you are holding your shift key for. I see you out there. Hey! Am I glad to see you? How's it going? I always wanted to spend a week in an arcade, but it's, getting kind of boring now.
How are you so calm?
I wasn't at first. I yelled a lot. I screamed at the walls. But you know what happened?
I don't know. What?
Nothing. Nothing got any better. If I could have cried things back to normal, we'd be in a sea of tears. It only brought bad news, and I'm not after trouble.
What are you after?
Inspiration. Before all this started, I was working on a novel. I still want to write that. I'm going to tell the story of Walton City. The story of a city that wouldn't die.
So you're a novelist?
Aspiring, but yeah, I know it doesn't sound useful.
You're right.
But hear me out. Stories give people hope. I believe in hope. Don't you? Do you think you could take a chance on a guy like me? I'll do my best. He is a social drinker. Remember that you can only drink one every 3 turns. It lasts for 2 states, so the first state you drink in, you have already had any morale drain for the day. So you'll drink it in the middle of the day, and then it'll carry over to the second turn. That is the second turn right there. So preventing you from losing morale and any other effects. And then on the 3rd turn, that's when you can drink again. So he could get extra morale every 3rd turn for a limited use item, alcohol. Great. And he also can only cook slop at the cooking station. I get that they're trying to make sure that each character has their own characteristics, but when you make characters that are just all around bad, no one really wants to play them. I've seen other people say also that he is not someone they like. So I call him Mr. Useless on live stream. It was the day before the game actually came out. We're still, because we're recruiting everybody, we are
Happy to have you.
hell yeah. You go on ahead. I'll follow. At a safe distance. Yeah, that dude's turbo mode. Unfortunately, that means that kitchen is now compromised. So every time we would loot this place, again, assuming infinite item spawns, we would have to deal with those zombies. Since the doors never regenerate, at least not in the press release build I had. But again, that's all assuming certain things. One of the reasons why we don't want to hop out is, well, there's a zombie that would be blocking us from getting back in, and there's a sleeping zombie right behind her. You don't want to necessarily just deal with her. There's another lead for a faint transmission right there. I'm wondering if I maybe didn't have a sneaky person and I got those guys to start bouncing back and forth. Maybe if I jumped across, they wouldn't smash the door. I've seen as many as 5 zombies in this room before. Still need to make it back because it's unfortunately inventory full here. I don't think we can stack anything, but we'll give it a shot. And of course, there was that one container way back at the beginning. Alright, we're bringing all the food supplies for now. And we left a container full of materials in the first building, where the arcade itself is. Let's go ahead and make our exit. Bye-bye. Okay, let's assign some people. Frank is still cooking. Michelle has built her things. Let's get to Barb, who's still tired, by the way. We'll start with Lester, collecting water. Okay, so that's... in 2 phases, we'll be ready to go. That means that this phase is our rest phase for many of our characters. Robbie starts out tired, so we'll go ahead and give him a bed. Daphne's wounded. We'll go ahead and put her down in a bed for now. And we may kick her out later. So at this point, we have hit everything in our nearby vicinity. It's just a matter of re-looting everything we've left behind. So I'll be editing that out. I think we'll swap out Robbie for Michelle, so she can get some health back. And what we're going to do with Robbie instead is we're going to put him in this, which gives you some rest back. I don't know if that's intentional, but it makes sense. You're really just sitting there all day. Aubrey is only slightly scratched up, but no reason she couldn't go out. Let's see if there's anybody that's totally healthy, though. Barb is kind of tired. We'll have her also rest here. Lester has a bad back, so I'm not sure where he might go, if anywhere. Maybe... like here, there's probably just, I think, just a piece of sugar left, so we could send him there. We are going to head there very soon, though. Still, I mean, you might as well. I don't remember how many things are left at the Lester Barr Automotive. A Styx Arcade will require basically a full backpack, though. This one will just require punching more people to get through. So let's go ahead and head to the Galaxy Zone Arcade, get the 1 sugar. Hudson, he is more of a combatant than the others. No offense, but if things go sideways, I'm out of here. So I guess I'll send him here. And we're not going to let him take anything. He was my expendable guy in our live stream when I found this new area. Like, there was a quest line that was not available to me in the press build because the game was glitched and did not ever let me have it. So I sent him because I figured he'd be more expendable, and he did not make it back in one piece. But I know what to do now, and that is pack some heat. All right, Rahul is... he's got some scratches. Let's see how actually our sleepers are doing. I mean, I would like these to eventually get their health back, so we're going to go and prioritize them. Okay, Rahul, we've already done that. Send you to Lester Barr. Okay, and we have Aubrey, who has just not much to do. Chill here for a bit. We could also... oh, I forgot to feed everybody that day. So I guess I could feed her some junk food as well, now that she's just going to spend her day in the... what do you call it? Wait, am I cooking goulash? Oh yeah, no, I'm not. I'm cooking vegetables. Okay. I was gonna say, I forgot to actually properly feed everybody, but let's go and get everybody to blue status again. Give you... I guess we might as well give you a goulash. Wait, no, we should save that for Barb. Okay, she didn't need junk food that day. Here's Barb, go and give you that. Wow, that did not help you much at all. Yeah, they nerfed it so bad. She is resting there, so we could just give her a can of dog food to top things off. Okay, and I think that's everybody. Alright, well, I was running over to grab the sugar. Then I realized, you know what, we still need to clear this place for the quest. Or, I mean, to eventually move in, so we can at least let Lester punch a couple guys until he gets scratched. Oh, it wasn't sugar, it was fuel. I think we'll start from the top, since it's less likely to attract attention from there. Alright, we'll start with this one. We're actually pushing her back. Okay, well now we gotta get this guy and bring him upstairs. Or lure him into this side room. Let's just bring him upstairs. See if that alerted him at all. No, that does not look like it. Come on, dude. There we go. I feel like I should get extra damage bonus when they go running into my fist. Okay. Got one more on this side is clear, and then we gotta get maybe, I think, 2 on the left side. Possibly 3. Ah. Okay, well, the question is, do I want to send the other person? I think we just go and let Lester finish things up. Smashy, smashy. Alright, there should be 2 over here. I'm not really confident in being able to defeat 2 at once. Although he might have actually gone back to sleep. The patrolman will still be walking back and forth. But even though the arcade is active, let's try to lure him over that counter. Even though the arcade is active, he'll go back to sleep because that was his natural status before. There we go. Before he got moved because of the arcades. He doesn't know I'm here. Now he does. Yeah, fighting on the stairs is not good. Mostly because their downward swing gets more room to hit you. I swung early because I thought he was about to be running into my stairway, so I was gonna get him with a opening punch. All that resulted in was him getting the first response on me. All right, bring it. I wonder if the zombie will ever yell if he's the last one on the map. It'll take you a few phases to rest that off, but we don't normally send a person with bad back out there anyways. Also, since he has upset stomach, does it mean that he actually ate the dog food? Because I inferred from his speech that he didn't, but he might be just trying to play it off. Hudson has a very small chance to evade, which might be like 10% or something. I forget what it is exactly, but if you look at my guide video, it should show the math on that. Or record data collection on it anyways. You still have this guy, so let's go and walk up the stairs and bring him up there. I don't know if he noticed that. Seriously, dude? Okay. Hi. Oh, by the way, note that there's nothing out here at all. Okay? I've checked that periodically, by the way. We might not clear it this run, but we're just really going for the loot. Let's get to where we can actually see the fighting. See, I feel like that should always end up with a zombie getting knocked over, is if they're running towards you and just clock them. Right, let's actually not equip anything. We still have room for inventory. I just didn't know if I should go back through and close the... You know what? Here, I'll do that. I'll edit it out. Okay, there was just the one door in the house I didn't close. It was the one near the stairs. And also, I never did clear out those 3 zombies anyways. So, we're unlikely to clear it out in this visit. Oh, darn it! Thanks, game. Thanks for making me equip stuff. That was so dumb. How many times do I gotta tell you I don't want something equipped? Alright, so here we have alert zombies, and that's what their role is. I basically qualify them as ambush zombies. They are triggered to immediately become alert as you pass through, whether or not you have been totally silent or not. Okay, I guess he didn't actually see me, so we can try to take the... No. This is fine. Oh, come on. I was nowhere near your arm, dude. Alright, so we triggered the ambush this time. I think that means if we come through again, they will not be immediately aggroed. So this one did not go well for us, but that's okay. We got a lot of loot. And now we can see them. Hi. You know, I could actually loot the rest of that if they're going to stay right there. Huh. That's an interesting... That's actually kind of an interesting premise. Will you please stop spinning around like that? Oh, she just went back in. Alright, whatever. We're done here then. But yeah, that was annoying that the game auto-equipped the pipe wrench. Probably when I looted the fridge, I imagine. Barb getting collapsing? No, I mean, she's back to normal. Alright, we could put her in a regular spot. Let's see if anybody else is, Frank. Frank needs some rest. And this will be the last phase we have while we're here. Our water and garden will be done next phase, and we're moving on to the next shelter. Send Michelle. We'll go ahead and have her collect the rest at Styx Arcade. Rahul and Hudson have some scratches, so like they'll hold up real quick. Oh, Lester actually has a lot of scratches from doing a full clear on the arcade that we will be hopefully moving to. Hopefully they don't actually take it over again. So actually Barb, we're gonna actually take her out of that. Yeah, I would like Hudson to get some more life. Something smells like crap, and it ain't me. I don't know about that, Hudson. Daphne, you're actually still hurt, so we're gonna have you replace Frank. Well, hold on. We can still cook a little bit. So we'll have Daphne cook instead. Frank could actually get some Z's. So we'll just do veggie soup and coffee. Using up a good chunk of our water doing so. Alright, Penny. That's all cleared out. There's not much left here. There's a couple zombies, but I'm not going to be super worried about that right now, because by the time we come back, it might get taken over. I mean, there's a bottle here. Let's see if there's anybody else we can send to go get that. I'm not really brokenhearted about it, but I just want to be a completionist. So that's the reason. Alright, so Aubrey will go get that. And everybody else sort of chills. Actually, we're not going to have Penny do that. We're going to have Penny repair the barricades. We'll get a level 2 repair. When we get back, we won't get damaged. Because maybe someone else will be badly hurt, and I wouldn't want them to die just because we returned back to a place we already owned in the past. Someone on Steam, I think one of our guides said that, maybe it was in Discord. Did we send everybody we want to out? Let me double check that. Okay, there's this we were sending Michelle to. I see literally nothing else in range. Yeah, someone on Steam or Discord, one of those two, said that if you move back to a place, the damage counter goes back to 1. When the zombies are hitting a barricade, it slowly gets bigger and bigger how much damage they do. But that's not true. Lost collapsing. Yeah, she's actually getting more rest, because she used to be about 25% rest. Yeah, let's actually send our people out. Let me double check, though the garden is actually good. I'd hate to do all this just to find out I was one day off my calculations. Okay, water is good, garden's good. I'm sure it said that as, the scavenged and resources produced, but I clicked through it so fast I didn't actually notice, so. We're gonna go ahead and move over. And we are now in a new spot, so that means the end of the episode. This is actually a very long recording session, so I don't know if I'll make it one episode or break it down into two. I will probably make it one episode and just upload it all in the same day as the one with the fire station. So if we take a look at this, the fire station would have been about like an hour on its own and would have been started from 319 Schrader Street. So there was, that's basically going to be the whole episode. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of cool to do, but I wouldn't want to keep people doing it all the time. So that's why maybe it's fine as its own episode. I'm not exactly sure how it'll all edit out. But yeah, we have now completed everything that we can in this area. And we're going to start heading northward, especially with Bloomingburg Books in the next episode. So that'll be part of our plan for the network. Head to the Smuggler Meeting Point, located at the bookstore in Seneca District. I look forward to seeing you there. And keep up the support. It really does mean a lot. And who knows? If people show enough interest, we'll do another stream. Thank you very much for watching Tran Wins Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days. I'll see you next time.